Hey guys, it's so good to be with you. Psalm 119. We're just pressing in verse by verse. It's just so rich. And it says that we're at verse 99 right now. Psalm 119, verse 99. And it says, I have more insight than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. What a statement. I have more insight than all my teachers. It sounds like a boast. And in fact, years ago, I remember a very competitive guy in the church that quoted this verse, and he was like jockeying for position. It was like, it just didn't strike me well, you know? And that was his verse. It's like, it's one-upsmanship. And that's not what this is trying to elicit. It's not eliciting competition. But what it does express is the value of instruction and the potential to advance in it. You know, I was watching almost like a documentary on a man in Austin, Texas, making cowboy boots. And he got mentored by like one of the most famous guys, and he was famous for fit. He was meticulous. This guy was like really a legend in his field. And this guy, who's now around my age, was under his teaching. And the interviewer asked him, you know, how much of your skills came from him and how much of your skills came after him? And the bootmaker, I felt, was really brilliant with his reaction and his answers. And he said, yeah, absolutely. That laid the foundation for me. I learned so many things from his teacher. He said, but since then, you know, others have taught me, and I learned like from a guy in England who told me what they do with, and he wasn't a bootmaker, he was a shoemaker. And shoes and boots are different, and Western boots are very specific. And yet the guy was a life learner, okay? And this is what I think this is saying. It's not saying, you know, I know more than you do now. You know, like the competitive guy is like so annoying. And in fact, it says in the New Testament, knowledge puffs up, but love edifies. So this is not advocating one-upsmanship in, hey, I know more than you now. You know, this stupid competition that tries to get on humanity is ridiculous. But I'll tell you what, though, we don't downplay it. I was in metal shop in high school in California, and the teacher, in the first couple of days of introduction to the class, you know, he's teaching, you know, wear your apron, wear your gloves, wear your arc welding masks and your goggles and your earplugs. And he was doing a lot of safety talk. Then he shifted and he said, look, I'm going to teach you about, you know, soldering, brazing, oxyacetylene welding, arc welding, you know, and he said this, he paused and he said, now some of you are going to become better than me at welding. He said, I'm going to show you the fundamentals of it, but some of you are just going to take off. And you're going to find that you have an aptitude for it. And as a teacher, he was saying, you know, in case you guys want this to be a field for you to pursue for a career, you know, I'm happy to begin to equip you now. You know, he was understanding his role as a teacher. I have more insight than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. You know, the teacher teaches it, and then the student goes away and meditates on it. Like, this isn't really a meditation moment. This is a teaching moment. Meditation is where we kick back, we ponder it. Here, I've got my Pastor Jeff coffee cup. I preheated it. I mean, it's coffee geekdom right here, okay? I took the cup, I poured hot water in it. I waited a while till it got, because it's a thermos. Somebody gave me this. And then I filled it with decaf, and because it's that time of the day. And it is piping hot. I put the lid on it. It's got a little slide on there so I could close it. And I can open that up, and I can just... Now, this is dangerous because I did this over my Bible. And I recently squirted coffee on my Bible, and I'm still grieved over it. You might want to pray for me because it was traumatic. So teaching you. You're going to become better than your teacher because you're going to meditate. See, in medical school, not, here's arc welding metal shop, medical school. A teacher will come in the season of their life where they're teaching and in a teaching hospital, and they're saying, okay, now get this, technologies keep changing. So for example, a probe to test the cells in a lymphatic system, in a lymph node, they keep changing. Before it was a needle biopsy. Now it's like you send a little camera in there and you could look at the screen and get an earlier reading in addition to the needle biopsy. You see what I'm saying? So we meditate on his word day and night. Psalm 1 says that as we meditate on his word day and night, we'll be like a tree planted by the water whose leaves do not wither, and we bear fruit in our season. So there you go, you guys. I have more insight than my teachers. I'm learning. I'm growing. Say that. I'm learning. I'm growing. And I'm meditating day and night on his word. God bless you guys. Have a happy time.